life went into heaven, and God saw to it and brought another precious lady into his life. And Miss Teresa has been such a just a blessing, a bolster to the ministry. And my wife has extended for her on behalf of our church today. And she'd like to give that to us today. Let's give her again today. At this time, I'm going to turn the service over to Brother Ricky. Years ago, and I'm trying to remember exactly, some of you might help me with this, how many years back it was, because Ricky and Miss Teresa were here. It's been several years back, and he's been so busy, I've been trying to get him to be able to come back, and basically thought they were able to come this weekend. And so let's welcome them as they come and share with us today.
Thank you, Brother Larry. We appreciate the invitation to be here today. And before you sit down, Brother Larry, and make sure we're going to reciprocate. we brought Brother Larry something, Mr. Larry something this morning, so we're going to give him a little bit of gift note of our appreciation. Brother Larry says he's been saying for a long time, but he's been for a long time. And I brought this to you, and I don't know what this is about. It's good for us to be here, and I don't mind, we might just be informal. I like to walk around, I like to sit down and look at folks, and so we may just do that a little bit. We're excited about being in the service this morning, and we thank you for the opportunity to be back. And I'm trying to remember myself what year it was that we came over, but I do remember the association meeting. We came here one Saturday, and I think we spent some more here as well, too, if I'm not mistaken. But a little while back, and I don't know why I can't remember that. What the problem is. We're excited to be here today.
Yeah.
We got a little something special we will show you right at the beginning of this. And if you get that up and get it going, that video.
Hey, why, you turn off for a second.
That's it. All right.
Hello, my name is Ricky Carroll.
And I'm Teresa Carroll. We represent Handful of Purpose Ministry. We are a non-profit ministry.
We want to share with you some of what we do. First and foremost, we want to share the love of Jesus Christ.
We place gospel tracts and Bibles in every gift. One part of our ministry is to provide shoe boxes and backpack gifts to Mexico.
All year, we collect gifts and many other items for our Christmas mission trip to Mexico.
Each Christmas we travel to Mexico and take gifts personally along with other team members. If your church or organization is looking for a place to minister, we hope that you would consider helping our ministry.
Along with the gifts, we collect new shoes, clothes, underwear, toys, toiletry items, and many other items. Anything you use, they can use. We operate solely on donations, and 100% of all donations go into the ministry of transforming lives and bringing the gospel to those who need to know that there is hope in Jesus Christ.
We will be honored to come to your church or group and share our ministry and life-changing miracles that are going on in Mexico.
If you would like more information, please contact us for details and a detailed brochure.
Thank you, and God bless you.
I don't know if any of y'all have seen that video or not, but that is a YouTube video that we got on YouTube now, and we appreciate the opportunity.
Well, I don't know if y'all know, Dale and Eddie, they got what now they're in, Lake Ranch. Well, they had a gentleman that was affiliated with the church, and he had contacted us not too long ago, and said if we would come, we could get together, and he would do the video. That's what he does for a living. He does the fishing shows and stuff like that. So we went people did. And he did the video of it, and we were so excited, and the best part was we did not purchase that thing. Not only that, his church is a Baptist church, they are actually doing two doctors for us. Now, he was so, excited and to know that we were actually hands-on. So they came on board with us, so they should be bringing those from South Carolina tomorrow. So when we was here, we got to get back together, so we can be at home to get more shoe boxes.
All right, this year, well, the last 2 years have been different. I don't like to keep harping on what all's going on, but things have been different. We made an effort this past year to kind of get back to basics, get back to our roots. I actually started the ministry several years ago in church construction, going on mission teams, helping to build churches. So, we need to kind of get back to where we started at, along with this. We didn't drop anything, we just went back and added to it. We never drop anything, we just keep adding to it anyway. So now we're doing some church construction. This past July, I had the opportunity to go down and meet with a pastor friend of mine that we've been working with for about 5 years now. And he's building churches, planting churches. And he has 18 churches that he is a part of now. Many of them he has started. And so we've begun helping him financially with the projects. And if we can bring that church construction video, I want to show you some of the things that we're doing on our church construction. This is project number 1 that we've got. This is in Garcia, Mexico, close to Monterrey, Mexico. This is the side of the church. Go ahead to the next picture. This is the inside of the church. Notice on the left, the wall is all nice and pretty and white. On the right, it's not. We've been working with this church now for about 4 years, gradually building and improving the church. He's enlarged it 3 times, and so he's building onto it, and with a little bit of money, they'll increase it. And you can see the walls on the right, what they look like now. And when they get done with it, they'll be completely smooth, completely finished. And we just got a roof put on the church. And go ahead, that's the left side, that's what it looks like when they get finished. So you see quite a bit of difference in that. And I think I've got one more outside right there. He wanted to build some bathrooms. We don't have no bathrooms for the church, so he wanted to build bathrooms. Well, I can tell you today that, and I didn't put the picture up on it, today there are walls right there where they're standing. They are getting the bathroom in. They got the plumbing in the ground, and they got some walls in it. So they're getting that underway now. So that's one of the projects that we're helping them financially with. And we're glad to be able to do that, making good progress. The only problem is it was church he's expanded 3 times. When I was there in July, it was full house, well over 100, 120 people in the church, and said, I'm gonna have to do it bigger. We're gonna have to enlarge. Praise God for that. Project number 2, I believe, is coming up next. There we go. Another church there that he has a part of, it's also in Garcia, but it's in a little place called Villa de Acali. So he's building a brand new church there. And let me show you what the picture, there we go. There's the church they have now. Part of that looks familiar to me because part of that was at the other place. They took it down, moved it over here, and this is nothing but just scrap material. Pieces of board, pieces of plywood, pieces of tin. And this is what they're doing. You can tell right there that they 4 footers have begun laying a few blocks to build a new church building with. Next picture, we're going to see a little further. There's some of the blocks that they're building. And what they do, they come in and build the walls up around that church, go inside, take that out, take it somewhere else to start all over, and put a roof on this and keep it going. And so they have that there in July. And let's go with one more. There you can see the side of the church building, just whatever scrap piece of material they can find. Unfortunately, when we was there, we got the church and somebody had broken in, not hard, and they just took that piece of cardboard and kind of stole one of the speakers out of the church, whatever. So we're trying to get them into a new church. We received funds, and go ahead and go to the next picture right there. Got the little kids out. Every Saturday afternoon, the families come over to the church and begin working on the church doing construction. They'll work till about 3 o'clock in the morning, all night Saturday night. They'll go home, take a shower, come back to church on Sunday morning. That's how bad they want the church. Next one, there's a hole in the ground, column piers, where building the columns to support the church. Three of the ladies in the church come up to the pastor and says, we're gonna help. She said, that's my hole. She dug that hole. These holes are probably 3 or 4 feet wide, 6 feet deep in the ground. Three of those ladies dug 3 different volunteers in that church because they were in the church. And, trust me, she got down there, they worked, but that's rock dirt right there. Okay, let's go one step further. Third project here, is a church down in the mountains. We drove to this church, we drove 12.5 hours all night long to get to this church. And there, for some reason, 2 days without a bed was not really good on my body these days. But, we did that and got down to this church, it's up in the mountains, down in a little state called San Luis, Potosi. I had a hard time with that word. And, let's see what it looks like. There's where the church started. And it's a mountain on the side of the hill, flattened off a little piece, put up some little stakes there, top of it. There's the pews of the church. I think we need to update our churches today, brother. And y'all like to have pews like that. And, next one, you can see that, yeah, they got used, didn't they? They filled them up. And, the church is a mile up, Indians up in the mountains, and so they filled the church up. That's what the church looked like in July. They had some long walls built, that's all. And, we stood there, took a few pictures, and, one of us did the effort. So, I can tell you today on this, I think we're gonna have one more picture up there. Let's see what we got. Yeah, up there, there's some of the pews inside the church. You can see what they're doing. And, looks a little different, y'all see. We got a beautiful church facility here, okay? And, you see dirt floor in there. I can tell you today on this, they have a roof, they have a floor, they have windows, they have a steel door in the front, okay? And, so they've got it not completed, but it's a beautiful church building, that they're gonna have there. And when I say beautiful church building, keep it respectable, y'all, this is Mexico Mountains. Well, they got no electricity, they've got no water. And the only way you can get there is, there's no road to it. You're gonna climb half a mile up the mountain just to get to that church. And so, he sent me pictures and videos yesterday, the work that's going on there. And, within 2 weeks, I think the church will be completely finished. And, then there'll be a nice church facility. I don't think we got another one there, do we? No. Okay, that's all of that, okay? So, you know, people have helped us, send us money for church construction. If you wanna get on a building project, if you send money to our ministry, donate church construction, 100% of that money will go to some of these churches. We got 4 projects going on right now. All right, let's do our last one. We got another little video like we want to show you for a couple minutes. We're gonna just let it run and let you look at it, and it's got some music to it, and we'll tell you a little bit more about it.
Give me a quick second. I gotta. Trying to find the play button.
No, it's right down on the bottom. No, it should start on 90.
There you go.
Click on that one. Do the slide click. I heard it earlier, so I know you got.
Our ministry is helping from group 2.
Go ahead and use it,
Yeah, I don't know why it stops.
Oh, okay. Well, we may just let it roll without the music, then we just let it roll. Come on. Okay. All right, well, we just let some pictures roll right there, right back, let they still look at them, then we'll back up and tell you about it. This is the team we had come down from South Carolina with us last year. That guy over there, I think you met him, didn't you? Brother James, he got a chance to go with us. Some of the kids along the way. About an empty shoebox becomes a swimming pool. How's that? Very resourceful.
And you can see it's actually cold there. years that we've been going, I think this is the ninth year, one time it was actually hot, it usually cold in the day.
About that. You can see from these, we actually take the gifts down, and we actually put them in their hands, and we deliver them to the people on the day. We draw a crowd too, when we do. This is a little special picture, I'll tell you about that, I'll tell you some more about her in just a moment.
I wish the music was playing.
Yeah. I heard it earlier, come on earlier. Chris's granddaughter got to go with us. This is one I always like, give a man a Bible, and you stop beside the road, and stick her in ready, start on page one. This child, not we got around, that's what I love him, I know. That old, I think never seen anything like it. Okay. It doesn't make profit burn in, but we just want to tell you a little bit about what we got going on there and, some of the pictures that's taking place, and we've been doing this is our ninth year going down, and, the Lord is really blessed, and we have, he's really blessing this year with a lot of shoe boxes coming in, and, first of all, let me just say thank you to the church. Brother Larry, y'all helped us, for several years now, and they've been a blessing to us, and we really appreciate what y'all have done, and we can't do what we do without y'all doing it. So thank you so very much for those that have packed shoe boxes and done things and donated things. You can see, from some of these pictures, you can see the fruit of your labor. You can see the reward that's taking place there. The number one thing we do emphasize, and it's mentioned in the video, it's not just about giving a gift. We want to give Jesus Christ. We want to give the gift of salvation. We want to give the gift of hope to these people. And so it's more than just giving a gift to somebody. It's giving them something that they can take with them eternally. And through the years, God has opened the doors. God's blessed. We're getting testimonies from people who've actually been saved because of these efforts. And we just want to witness Jesus Christ to the world. We're not into the political parts of it in any way whatsoever. We've got our politics in her house. We've got yours. We'll talk about them outside later on, something. We're not getting into the politics here. We're just getting into ministry and letting people know about Jesus Christ in order for them to be saved. You can see some of the pictures of those. I got that this in July. One little fellow come up to me and, well, he just grabbed hold of my leg and hugged me and climbed all the way up to the top right there. And, we just had a great time. The Lord has opened up some doors this year because of COVID being shut down, and we had to cancel things we did. And we were able to make some new contacts, and we're doing some things differently, and going to new places, meeting new people. And the Lord has really opened up the door and given us some opportunities. And one of the things that we got to do, was go to a new orphanage this year. And, the Lord opened up the door for us to meet this guy, and, he's been excited. And, Teresa got to go down with me to the orphanage when we went back, and, just got a great blessing.
Well, we didn't get to go last year at Christmas time because of the COVID. We were there to go, we wanted to go, but back when the COVID first started, we had actually had a church service over in Georgia and was coming back. So we stopped at Pleasant Street with that, and Teresa and I had filled in there for a little bit, a couple of years before, and then Brother Sean and Miss Sarah Williams was filling in. Well, we were sitting there, they had resigned the church. So then they came to us and wanted us to take the church. So we are in full blast ministry at Pleasant Street Baptist in Blakely, Georgia. That's Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night. Not only on Wednesday night, we eat every Wednesday night. I have never in my whole life done so much cooking as I have until I started going to that church. I saw those people do this eat. But anyway, we took that church and we thought, well, we will fill in there until So, because we didn't get to go last year to Mexico, so they do have a thing in, April, it was the Day of the Child, which is really, really special. It's also kind of like Christmas, but it's a little bit more special to them than Christmas. So we decided we would go down and we would take some stuff. So Ricky went and got the truck down there and got it unloaded, and then we went back in April. And we were able to go to that orphanage, and there was three little girls there. There was only maybe a year and their difference in their ages. Yeah, they were very just precious, precious little children. And, we had fixed them, we had taken them a backpack, and we had also taken them some stuffed animals. But do you know, when we're packing those shoe boxes, when the ladies come out of the backpack, I always say, your most important thing is that fact, because that gives them the hope of Jesus Christ. Let them know that they have a Savior that loves them, and they can too have eternal life. And I tell them, just make sure that that is there, and we try to put like the toothpaste, the toothbrush, and the body wash in there. Well, those little girls, for some reason, it's all three of them, when they opened that backpack, the first thing they saw was the toothbrush and the toothpaste. And they grabbed it, and I still don't understand it. They grabbed it and took it and ran to their room and hid it under the pillow. So they came back out, and, they looked at their other stuff, and they awed and they oohed, and they were excited. And then we gave them a stuffed animal, and they took those stuffed animals and ran and hid them under the pillow again. But they were just precious little girls, and you saw them up there, they all looked just alike. And they have more siblings, don't they?
Yeah, pretty well.
Three more sisters, and they just have friends, and they're doing the orphans, I don't know who the other two are. But Ricky was trying to find his case, think back home in. But anyway, this picture right here of the little girl, there's it's called Stitch and Fur, it's in Howard, Alabama, I don't know if y'all are familiar with it or not. But they made those little dresses like that, and we were able to take, they didn't have anybody that was going and doing any mission work last year. So they gave us all those clothes, so we were blessed, there with all those, and this is one of the little girls that we come to love and meet through her family, and so we came her some little dresses, and she likes to show out, so she finished ready for us, so we did her picture.
You may have seen the picture in there with the little girl in yellow, and the kid holding the shoebox up on top of the head. That's kind of become our poster child. That's one of the pictures that's on our board outside, and we put in our program every time that we show that program. Yeah, that was her. And, church in Georgia packed that box. And notice the decorative tape around it. Well, this picture showed up on Facebook. And the pastor sent it to me, and we put it on, just like saying about it. Next thing I know, here we are getting a phone call. This lady from the church in Georgia called and said, "That's my shoebox, I packed that box." And she was excited, she was tickled to death. And so we learned that sometimes some people put a decorative tape around it, so hopefully that they'll be able to see their box in some of the pictures. Well, this picture is on the door in the hallway of their church where the room is where they keep their shoebox set. And, so that's become their poster child as well. And we were just enamored by that photo. And when I went down to the mountains, to that mountain church, talked to the pastor and said, one thing, my whole objective on that trip that I was there in July, I want to go to that mountain church and I want to meet that little girl in yellow. And so I went. And I got to meet the little girl in yellow. She's not in yellow anymore. You saw the picture of her side by side. That's her today. Yeah, that's her today. That was her in July. You would not believe this, but I caught this picture. I tried to take several pictures of her, but I never could get a good picture of her because she wouldn't really smile like I wanted to. So I kind of snuck around after a while, and she got another shoebox this time, and she put it on top of her head. I did not stage that right there. She did that on her own, and I managed to catch that picture. And the most amazing thing about that picture, you notice that box is wrapped in a piece of duct tape. I get boxes clear tape, decorative tape, all kinds of stuff. I only get boxes with duct tape on it from one person. So James Hudson from Freewood Chapel wrapped 2 boxes of duct tape. That was the box that Brother James had wrapped, and they sent from the church, so I sent that picture to him, so Brother James, here's your box. So these, you know, we get excited, people, you can see results, that your boxes are giving to these children, and that they're being blessed. But I said, the one thing I want to do, I want to talk to the girl. And I sit there with the translator, these are not all English, they speak Nahuatl, so I've got to do English, somebody's got to do it in Spanish, somebody's got to do it in Nahuatl. And I talked to this girl, said, our desire is, I had my speech laid out, our hope is that one day, by getting these shoe boxes and reading those tracts in that Bible, we don't have a Bible, we send a Spanish Bible. But my desire is that one of these days, that you'll come to know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. And the mother would stand behind her, holding her baby. The mother smiled and nodded like this, and I thought and said, she has. She's accepted Jesus. Mom and sister are in church. Your sister's not, she's still baby. Mama saved and in church, and the girl saved and in church today. And hopefully because of this tract and because of what we do, and because they know that somebody is cares enough about being present Jesus Christ to them. And so I was excited just to be able to hear that they believe, they asked if she'd been baptized, and for whatever reason, she's only 9, they won't baptize her yet. And so, but she's believing, so we were excited about that, and, we did it. 3 o'clock here. I get talking sometimes, I forget about the time. And the picture with the little girl that the priest was talking about a moment ago, the orphan we got to go through this year. And, we're working with that pastor over that orphanage today. I was down there 3 weeks ago with them. They've moved into a new facility. They got 30 acres, full building, full facility. And now they have 25 children there, and just doing a tremendous job, and just doing a tremendous work down there. And so the Lord is really blessing, opening the door for us. And let me think of it.
Yeah.
The little boy were holding that walk down. The little boy were holding that on.
The little boy, he was in the church in the second construction project we showed you, he was attending it. I noticed in the church service, and I was standing in the back, that, his mother and father were standing in front on the front row on the right side. And, he's got a brother that's about maybe a year older than him, dressed just like him. I do not know his name, I couldn't tell you who he was. All I know is that they were very enthusiastic about church. Mom and Dad was really into church worshiping. And the little kids during song service had their hands up, they were praising, and, they were really excited in the church. The little guy came walking up to me, he had the most beautiful little smile upon him, and, he kind of reached up, and I just reached down and grabbed him, and held him, walked around for a while, and he was just excited about being somebody. So I really didn't get his name or who he was, but, he just was drawn to me for whatever reason, and, hopefully, we'll have a good church building to be in, and hopefully one of these days, get some picture of him doing that. Getting saved and getting born again, and that's what it's all about. We're getting to meet so many people. The Lord has really blessed us, and it's really exciting to be able to do that. There's so many stories we can tell you about Brother Chris kneeling down and meeting with that guy. You saw the picture there, and witnessing to him. Just so many things happen. And a couple of things and asked the pastor, I said, tell me some things. I need to know the reactions that we're getting from the shoeboxes. What do people think about it? How big of an impact are we making by doing what we do? And he shared with me a story, and he said, there's a little boy that came to him and said that he had prayed and ask God for a shoebox just for him. They know that we're coming, they know we're sending shoeboxes. The tragedy is, we don't have enough shoeboxes for everybody. Sometimes some get left out. And this little boy said that he had prayed and asked God for a shoebox, and asked God for a shoebox just for him. And the little boy got a shoebox. And he come back later on, and he come running up to the pastor, and he's excited as he could be, and says, "Pastor, look what God has done. Look what God did." He said, "What did God do?" He said, "I prayed for a box, and I prayed for a box just for me. And I got a box, and I opened that box, and inside that box was a card with my name on it." Look what God did. I don't know what the boy's name was. Don't know what was in the box that had his name on it. But something in that box had his name on it, and he was just as excited as he could be that God had answered his prayer. Isn't it amazing what God can do today? Isn't it amazing how God works today to answer a little boy's prayer? And he come back and he said, not only that, this is the second time God sent me my box. I prayed before for one, and God sent me one. And he was excited, God did it twice. And so that just kind of thrills me. Another story told me about a little girl. And been pestering her mother. Said, "Mother, I want a box of colors." And the mother just told her several times, said, "We don't have money for colors. We just don't have any extra money. We're taking all we can do just to buy the food and take care of the family. We don't have any extra money for colors." Well, the little girl got a shoebox. And after she opened the shoebox, guess what was in her box? Like a color crayon. And she went to her mother and said, "Mother, don't worry, I won't ever bother you again about a box of colors, because God gave me a box of colors." And I'll tell you what, that message haunts me, don't it? That makes me excited about that. And there's lots of stories of that. And just pray for a specific story, open the box, and guess what? There it is. God does things that we're not even aware of. We don't know the full impact of what we're doing when we do what we do, packing all these things in the shoeboxes. So, hey, listen, you just follow be obedient to God, follow the leadership of the Lord, and you do what you do, and God's going to bless it, God's going to reward it, He's going to bless them, and He's going to bless and reward you as well. But I did have a question. Of all the items that you can put in the shoeboxes, and there's a long list of things that you can put in a shoebox or a backpack. One way some of us ask about the backpack, what's different about the backpack? It's bigger, it holds more stuff. It's the same stuff in it, you just put more in it. My wife likes to do backpacks, and so she can really fill them full and put bigger stuff in there as well. So she likes them. But would anybody dare to guess what is the number one most appreciated, most liked item that we put in those shoebox? Shoes. Okay. Good guess. We do shoes. And we put a lot of shoes. A lot of times, we've learned a lesson. We take shoes and we box shoes in a box and hand to a pastor and run. Because, trust me, you don't want to be in a group of a couple hundred people. Say that. Start to say women, but then we'll do it. You don't want to be in a group of 100 women or whatever and bring out a box of shoes. You get mauled. So we let the pastors take care of that. We send them the shoes. That's a good guess. Anybody else got to guess what the number one most requested or most wanted item in the shoebox is? Toothpaste. I heard somebody say soap. Okay. Pastor told me, he said, most everybody is amazed when they open the box and if there is a bottle of shampoo in there. So what we have learned over the years now is that when we do our hours that we do, that we go to the store, in fact, we've been doing this on the way here, we go to the Dollar Tree, dollar stores, whatever, and we buy the 3-in-1 men's body wash shampoo and all this kind of stuff, and so we try to buy those, and we put it down, they get body wash shampoo, because if you give them a bottle of shampoo, they're gonna wash their hair with it, they're gonna bathe with it, whatever. If you give them a bottle of body wash, they're gonna hair shampoo, everything's going to do that. So we make sure we put them a body wash in there, and every one of the boxes that we do now ourselves. So that is the number one most requested item that's in there. A lot of things I want to say, but let me mention this to you. We get asked all the time, why do we do what we do? Why do we go to this store? a lot of work. To do what we do, if you come out and work with us one day, you'll understand, there's a lot of work involved in this, and a lot of the logistics and just trying to get everything there. I've been down 5 times already this year, and we've got 2 more trips to get to make this year. And why do we do all this? It's labor intensive. We're doing what God wants us to do. We're doing what God called us to do. The book of Genesis, chapter 50, is a rich story. Joseph's father, Jacob, had died. They were in Egypt. Joseph's brethren got concerned because of the way they mistreated him. And they said, well, our father is dead. He's going to take vengeance on us now. He's going to kill us. What they thought. So they come to Joseph one day, and you'll find this in Genesis chapter 50. And they come to Joseph one day and raise this proposition. We're afraid you're going to kill us. And Joseph made a statement in there, and he said, you meant it for evil. God meant it for good. But then he said something else in there. He made a statement, and he said, am I in the place of God? In other words, God, you meant it for harm, God meant it for good. God put me here. God put me in this place where I am for a reason. And so he made that statement, am I in the place of God? In other words, I think Joseph's saying, I'm not in a place where I get exact retribution because that's God's place. Can I turn this to the around? I don't think that's a discredit in the Bible because I think if you look at this, you can see it very simple. I think Joseph was trying to, in the roundabout way, say to them, I am in the place of God. I am in the place where God put me. God, y'all know the story of everything that went wrong in his life and how God got him in that place. He says, I am in the place of God. I'm in the place where God wants me. We went to Mexico the last time, and on Christmas trip, we were getting everything together in the church and getting ready for the program to start that night. We were off a room on the side where all the gifts are. People were coming in, 500 plus people were coming into that church. It's a little bit bigger than this auditorium, and people everywhere. We were off on the side room. Normally they don't let people come in there, they make them come into the church. And we were getting everything together. And I looked around, and here comes this guy walking up to me. I've never seen before, don't know anybody. And he walks up to me, and Brother Larry, he walked straight up to me and put both arms around me and just fired those me as tight as he can, just like we've been best friends forever, hadn't seen anybody in years. And he just hugged me, bear hugged me, and hung on and hung on and hung on. And when he did, I made an observation. My first observation is this guy is heavily intoxicated. He reads. Second observation I made very quickly, Brother Larry, is that before he came, he forgot to take a shower for about the last month. And finally, he let me go and turned and walked off and went to church. And what I have to say is, my first thought was in my mind, and I got his there. Right. You got to smell this the rest of the night. That was my thought over there. I only knew it. We had the program, gospel was presented, singing, prayers, everything was presented. Very clear gospel presentation. After the service was over, everybody was coming to the line, getting the gifts, writing the Bible, whatever. I looked around and guess who's coming? Here he comes again. And he walks back up to me and fires me again. But it's something different. Man had tears running down his face. And he went a little bit. And he hugged and finally listened. He never said a word. I never said a word. Finally he turned and walked out the door. Later, God spoke to my heart. I put you in that place. That time, that moment, And that means God sent us 1,024 miles away from home, put me in that place, in that time, in that moment, to make a good gospel. I don't know if you got saved, I don't know if you ever did get saved, I don't know the result about that, but one thing I've learned is that I'm gonna let God be God, and I'll let me be me. If he gets saved, that's between him and God. I've taken the gospel, we presented the gospel, I've allowed God to put me in the place, I am in the place of God. Where God put me. Second story, last story I'll tell you. He's down on the canal road, passing down all the gifts. Walking along, I'm taking pictures, and some lady comes out from her house at the little fence there beside the road, and motions for me to come over. And she starts speaking to me, and she starts speaking in Spanish. I know very little to no Spanish. And she's talking 90 miles an hour in Spanish. But I've learned over the years, by listening to the whole conversation, and I can pick up a couple of words here and yonder, and I get the gist of what they're trying to say. And I've done that sometimes. And she kept talking, and she kept talking. And she mentioned a couple of words, and she said the word church. I know the number, that's enough, that's two. We got that word. And she said another word in there, Negus. Now, we pick up on that word pretty easy. Two girls. And she kept talking, and I heard another word in Fairway. See. And, we were just talking a while. And finally she said another word that I did recognize, and it's familiar. And I figured out, and I'm pretty smart, and I'm from South Alabama, I'm pretty smart, right? I kind of made my deduction, and I come up with this. She's got two girls in her house that are sick, that they can't come out, and she wants shoe boxes for her two little girls and her family. Sounds right to me, don't you, brother? So, I'm smart, so I think, well, how old are they? So I asked her, in fact, how old are they? How old are the nieces? She said, she went to the whole time. Picked up on those same four words. So I come back again and said, well, how old are they? She shook her head, started over again. About that time, the pastor's wife came over and got into conversation. Lady came out. She said, got a child in my house. 9 months, thank God. Praise God for my family. The Lord knows what to do is God. She wanted somebody to call upon God. She said, I need somebody, I need a man of God to come out and call upon God and pray for my family. That came out of faith. You know what? God took us 1,024 miles away from our home, put us in that place so that we could be in the place of God. We could be in the place of God's family. And there's 3 or 4 more stories that I can tell you about that time when I to do that. Because here's what I want to get across today. Whatever God has for you, be in the place where God has for you. Be in the place. Be where God wants you to be. And God will bless you. And God will bless your family. God puts us in these places. And whenever we be obedient to God and we listen to the voice of God, God will work. Lives have been changed. Hearts have been won. Souls have been saved. Needs have been met. Because we put ourselves in the place where God wants us to be. Just like Joseph, listen to God, and he was in the place where God wanted him. But we need to be in the place where God wants us to be. So my challenge is today is very simple. Find your place and be in your place. Because there's no other place like this place. And my prayer that God bless you. You pray for us as we travel. We'll be going back down. I'll be going down the first weekend of December and taking another truckload of gifts to the store to get that thing across the board. So on the 26th of December, we can leave and take the team down and begin this distribution again. And we're going to have a whole new set of pictures next time we come to be able to tell you the things that God has done. So, your prayers, doing shoe boxes, backpacks, whatever it is you do, you have to do that. One thing that you have on the table, maybe some of you done seen it already, I've got here in vanilla out there, that, we ask a minimum $6 donation to the 501c3, can't sell you anything, but we'll give you something for a donation. And so we placed this out there. Also out there, I have a couple of flag stands on the floor, and a little flag stand on the back. Those, if anybody would like to make a donation to those, you can take them home with you. Last year during COVID, we got shut down, I went out to shop, got a bunch of old pallets, started taking apart and building stuff, made flag stuff, Christmas trees and all kinds of stuff. Remember you these, kind of folks, last year, you remember that? Went down, talked to you agreed to, I was gonna build a bunch of stuff, he was gonna put in the store and sell it. And so I got it all built, waiting for the time to come, and he got COVID. And so I got all the stuff that was left, and so, I just increased the size, we're gonna take some of it with us and, put it on our table, make a donation of that, whatever the Lord leads you to give that, if you want it, fine, and, but the vanilla's out there as well, you know. Won't give you credit, Association, we had here the first time I ever came to this city, the first time I came to your church, we invited me to come over here to Saturday association meeting, we did a little bit of our program that day. And we got done with the program, and I had about 4 or 5 bottles of this on the table. We've been holding this around all year, giving the pastor's wives everywhere we go, that's all we did. And I had some left, and I was tired, didn't want to hold it back. I sat on the table, and I was making out, if anybody wants some vanilla, you make a donation, you can have the vanilla. I had no intentions of calling vanilla, no. Went outside, guy walked up to the table, I don't know him. He walked up to the table, put up on the bottle of vanilla, and he handed me a bill, and I handed him the jar, and I looked down at it. It was all there. But I don't think I had no change. I said, don't want it. He had vanilla. That's the credit and comment through the back of the church. And all started right here, Bill Ray. I appreciate it. Well, it's a great thing about it. Thank you for allowing us to do this today. And I hope God continues to bless you and reward you greatly for all the things that you do. And, we just thank you. We love your pastor, his wife, and been a good friend of ours now for many, many years. And, we just thank you for this opportunity. Well, amen. So, you see someone that you know is on feet and feet, and when they say they're serving the Lord and doing His work, as He said, being as God wants you to be, where God sees you, and be that extension of God. That's what all of us are. Paul said we're His extension of His hands, His arms, His feet, as we go. And this precious couple has done that and are doing that. And thank God we can have a part in their ministry. And we thank God for that. And I tell you, Ricky, thank you so much for the preaching. And when you see the fact that they'll go and do and actually put it in the hands of these, what a blessing that is. Can we just, want us to kind of just, I'm going to go to the piano just a moment. This is over, we're going to take a moment for us to do this. And I'd like for those of you that are here, just kind of stretch your hands toward Brother Ricky and Sister Reese. And we're going to pray for them today in this time of prayer. I'm going to sing this little song. We sing sometimes, learning to lean on Jesus. And as I play this little song and we sing it, I want us to pray for these precious stuff today. Learning to lean, learning to lean, I'm learning to lean. I've learned to lean on Jesus. Oh, my deeper power than I ever need. I've learned to lean on Jesus. What I'd like for you to do today, we're going to receive the love offering for Jesus Christ of ministry and for the purpose. And if you want to participate in that, and you're prepared to do that today, there's a basket for the red hand out on the table there in the corner. If you will, if you're gonna make a check out, make it out to Cotton Heights Church, and then everything is given, we'll write one check from the church to give, to the ministry. So we wanna do that today, and, so remember that, and, if you want to be in the playing or anything like that, remember, the donation that we said that you could do. And, they're really gonna ask you, if y'all go ahead and want it back, and more people want to reach you, as they go out and say, thank you for these precious gifts y'all brought. And, how many of you enjoyed having the Carol Quiz today? It's Graham's own work when we can see the truth of what God's doing in ministry. And our church here being part of that, they're building, not only handing out Christmas boxes as you saw, doing the work and providing church buildings for these certain people that have a place to worship. We see where, many have come across the border, as Ricky said, we won't get into the politics of that, but this is people who are staying there, who need a place for worship and for assembly. And so thank God that we are able to have a part in that. This is Veterans Day Sunday, and I'd like for all of our veterans that are here, if you'll please stand today, all of our veterans that are here this morning, if you will stand please. Got Brother Adam up on the top up there, we have these that are standing. Let us just thank them for their service today. You can be seated. I know normally you would stand here in taps, but some of you aren't able to stand all the way through that. But I want to play the taps today. If you just place your hand on your heart, and we will do that here this morning. I went to a Veterans Day service at the school Friday, and on Friday for Thursday. And my grandson, Dave, did an invitation, and of course our daughter teaches there, and to see how public schools honor the veterans, made the copy of the Mississippi National Guard, based out of Tupelo, with a mechanized infantry, and all units, mechanized infantry in the range. But the National Guard there out of Tupelo, he spoke, and just the glory they were giving to God, and praise to God in public school. And I thank God for that, and thank God my grandson was able to have part of it. And Kevin was there doing that. And so Thanksgiving for all veterans. And some, and Brother, and I'll say this quickly, Brother Joe, we were talking this tonight, and we were doing a lesson about the veterans here at church, and we mentioned the one that was
was 100 years old, and I forgot his name, couldn't remember his name, he had recently passed away. And they were naming some of it, and it was George Shultz, that was former President Reagan's Secretary of State, and he was 100 years old, and passed away back in February of this year. But he's only the two Americans that ever served in 4 different cabinet positions under 3 different presidents. And he was 100 years old and served in World War II. And, helped in the Pacific Theater. My dad was in the Pacific Theater a few years ago. But anyhow, in honor and memory of those today, so if you're able to stand, and you want to stand, you can stand with me and acknowledge, I said, you can just place your hand over your heart and God understands. We'll do this today. Okay, sit down. Lord, the Lord, don't be there. I pray in him.